Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back, welcome back. We're about to get into Belle Collective because actually there are two episodes that we have to get into, okay? I did not get a chance to review episode 13, which is technically the return episode. So we got to get into episode 13. We also got to get into episode 14, all right? So we'll be doing all of that on this particular review. So let's get into it. First of all, Tambra is pregnant. We already knew this. I feel like this ain't nothing new for us. Everybody knew that Tambra was pregnant, okay? Congratulations to Tambra. However, my biggest thing with Tambra is that I hope that she gets what it is she's looking for out of this relationship and everything. We all know that she has compromised a lot. She wanted to be engaged / married or whatever before she moved in with him, before she got pregnant by him and all of that. And it seems like she's not necessarily getting that. She's getting the things that she wants, but not in the order in which she wants them. So I'm hoping that by the end of this season, we do see some type of proposal or whatever coming from Damon, okay? What else did I want to say about Miss Tambra? Just congratulations. I think that she should keep her pregnancy private for right now until she's ready to really let everybody know what the hell is really going on with her. Okay, I'm glad that she was able to get pregnant, considering the fact that she had like those 39 fibroids. She had polyps and things. So she had some stuff in her way that was causing infertility. And I'm really happy that she was able to, I guess, go the in vitro route is what it kind of seemed like. So she's pregnant now. Congratulations. It seemed like Greedy is really happy. So that's a good thing. I just want him to be super happy and go ahead and put that ring on her finger. And the thing for me is this. I know that's something that Tambra wants. That's why I, keep reiterating the fact that he needs to propose to her and give her the commitment that she wants, because it's really different with them. Like, they have known each other since high school. They know each other's families. They dated for a decade plus, and now they're returning back to each other. This isn't a typical type of relationship where you will meet somebody that's new or whatever, and you guys date for 5 years or however many, then you get engaged type thing. Yeah, no. Okay. This is so different. Y'all already know each other. You're already ingrained in each other's lives. So why not go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying? Be married. So I figured that part out. Now, Gucci and Leticia link up. Y'all listen, I have liked Gucci, but I'm not liking her. I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. I am slowly becoming a non-fan of Gucci, okay? And I really high-key am at a place where I'm starting to dislike Leticia as well. And I really hate that, because for the most part, I like the Bells. I really don't want to dislike anybody. So let me say this. I won't say that I dislike these ladies, but how they're coming off on the show is just irritating to me. It's just really irritating. So Leticia was really getting on my nerves with how she was kind of lusting over this young boy that could really be her child. And that was very disgusting to me, overhyping. I was irritated by how she was talking in the confessionals, using her hands all the time, how she started talking to Akeisha, using her hands all the time. And it just didn't seem like it was something natural. It really just seemed like she got to hype herself up to do this scene because they filming or whatever. I didn't like it, okay? Of course, the ladies speak on Latrice or whatever, and it just lets me know that, Gucci, you are still so motherfucking bothered by Latrice Rogers, honey. And I love that Latrice high-key keeps your ass bothered. I really do, the same way Selena was keeping your ass bothered. So, anywho, Gucci tries to pretty much say that she enjoyed the brunch, but she didn't know if it was like a brunch or a barbecue or whatever, which was really lame to say or whatever, trying to say that Latrice is drunk boots and she has a drinking problem. See, that's where y'all old biddies go get on my motherfucking nerves when it comes to this show. Y'all trying to label this girl as though she has a drinking problem, as if she's an alcoholic or whatever the case is. And I do not like that y'all trying to put that on her. I really don't. Y'all just coming off as some haters, high key, because it's not even making sense. Like, Leticia, you're upset with a 9 to 5 comment. I could see if you was more upset with her cussing at the brunch because it's supposed to be on a level of professionalism. I could get that. But you over here focusing on a damn 9 to 5 comment, when in all honesty, people don't want to work a 9 to 5 job. Girl, that's why they at an entrepreneur brunch. Hello. They're trying to figure out, what did you guys do to branch away from your primary job and make your side hustle your main. Like, that's what they're there for. Like, are you stupid? I can't stand it, okay? Gucci over there claiming that Latrice tried to ruin Leticia's brunch. And I'm just like, girl, ain't nobody try to ruin that lady brunch. Every time something come up, it's really on her. Let me tell you what could have been considered ruining her brunch. And if it was ruined, it would have been on Leticia, okay? Everything falls back on Leticia. When Leticia had a real estate professional to sit up there on that damn panel, to have a real estate professional to sit on that damn panel, and then you turn around and you reach out to a person in the audience that you did not invite on that panel, and have the audacity to utilize that person to correct the person that's sitting on your panel as an expert in said field. That right there, to me, was embarrassing and extremely disrespectful, but ain't nobody calling Leticia out on that bullshit, in my personal, okay? I couldn't stand that at all. And then the whole brunch was called Bells and Brunch, or Brunch with Bells or whatever. So if it's Brunch with Bells, why not go ahead and have Gucci up there on the panel? If Gucci already knows about the real estate industry, especially in the area that y'all are living in, hello, you done went and got a real estate person that's not even familiar with fucking Mississippi, or at least Jackson, Mississippi, whatever it was. You done went and got somebody that's on the outside. Your stupid ass should have went and just booked somebody that knows about that particular arena. Because what if somebody was there and maybe it was a few people that wanted to actually close on a property or buy a property or know what they need to do to get their shit in order to buy one in that area? It would have made more sense for Gucci to be on the stand so that people can go directly to her, and then you could be helping her out by giving her business and etc. But you know, Leticia be full of shit and she be pretending like she really helping people, but I don't know, the verdict is out on her. But anyway, girl, let's keep going. Essie, Marie, and Leticia, as Marie likes to call her, Leticia. I am so fucking tired of y'all trying to change this lady's name, Leticia. Her fucking name is Leticia. That's what we call her, Leticia. I'm so tired of that Leticia. Girl, y'all always trying to be different. Bitches give it heavy on the T-sha. But let's keep going. So they pretending to be in business together, looking for some homes or whatever that they're trying to flip and turn into a rehab. So it sounds like a good idea. I guess it's going to be something that's legitimate. But they be killing me how they start off with their real professional tone and then they flip into their real tone as they talk about the mess and the damn drama. And I'm like, girl, it's so funny to see y'all code switch. But the most funniest part is y'all code switching amongst other black folks, okay? I feel like we code switch when we probably around like maybe white folks or somewhere in the doctor's office or whatever, but y'all know each other. Why y'all girl? Anyway, so of course they talk about that and how everything is going good. Of course, Marie is bigging up Leticia, saying how good everything has been with the contractor and the business, and she's doing a great job or whatever she's trying to hype her big girl up to do. Next thing you know, they cannot have a scene without talking about Latrice. So Essie makes sure that she brings up the fact that Latrice referenced the ladies as co-workers and not as friends. I agree with Latrice. Y'all are friends. Y'all are not co-workers. Y'all are co-workers. Y'all are not friends, okay? I feel like y'all don't be holding everybody accountable for their FS. Y'all just don't. So for me, I am with Latrice on that. Like, girl, these bitches is my co-workers. We are not friends like that. And I feel like when it comes to friendships, you rely on certain people for certain things. I feel like people use the term friend too fucking loosely, in all honesty. And I don't really think it should be like that. Like, we cool or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that we are like friends like that. It's like, I feel like it's just levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because y'all on the show together, like, girl, that don't mean that y'all friends. Like, yeah, y'all co-workers. Like, I feel like Latrice is forced to confide in y'all because of the show. But if y'all weren't on this show, I don't think Latrice would really be y'all friend enough to confide in y'all about certain aspects of her damn life. So, I mean, I don't know, girl, but that's what they're talking about. So, anyway, now Marie sitting over there claiming that Latrice is not Leticia's friend and says that Latrice wants a piece of Leticia's pie. And I'm like, girl, what kind of pie? You talking about the pie that you and Essie be over there on? Or what did you say? She want a piece of the pie? We should want to pay, like, for what? Like, to me, I feel like Latrice is more successful than Leticia. So I'm like, what could she possibly, like, what a part of the pie could she want? Latrice can go and host any brunch. She has plenty of associates that she could host a brunch with, and it's gonna go. Like, I'm confused as to why would she, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like Latrice's popularity in Mississippi is way larger than Leticia's. So why would she need to try and ride Leticia's coattail for anything? You know what I'm saying? So that just don't make sense, but okay, girl. Anywho, Marie also feels like Leticia she feels like Latrice wants Leticia's life and that she's using her. And I'm like, y'all, this lady is a weirdo. I don't care what nobody's talking about. Marie is a fucking weirdo. The stuff that she comes up with in her head and actually believes it. This lady is a weirdo. And then Leticia starts sitting over there talking about how Latrice is in competition with everybody. I'm not stunning her because her problem is that she's in competition with everybody and yada, yada, yada. But what was killing me softly was Marie nodding her head in agreement, nodding her head as though she's pleased that her friend is finally coming to the light and all of that. Like, it's like, what is it giving? Are y'all trying to push Latrice out the show so it could just be about y'all older women as Belle's? Because I can't take it. Like, y'all need to get another younger Belle on this show. Another younger Belle on this show that can be a friend of Latrice, because I'm just not, and that's just as successful as her, because I'm not going to be able to take these other ladies. Now, I like Akeisha, but I feel like Akeisha don't really give nothing anyway. So what was the purpose of really bringing her on? Like, the first season, it was good, it was cool, but since then, since her first season, like, she ain't really been talking about that. She ain't been giving us nothing. Hell, we barely see her high key. So we really don't know what the hell going on with Akeisha. And it's like, y'all brought us another, and it's no disrespect, you know what I'm saying, to the older ladies. But when I see how they gang up on the younger girl, it really gives to me that y'all are really jealous of her, that she is younger than y'all and she's just as accomplished as y'all much sooner than what y'all were in y'all own lives. And I don't necessarily like that. So I'm like, give her somebody else that she can actually relate to on the show. How about y'all do that? Anywho, that's just what I'm thinking. Now, Tambra and Latrice done linked up. And, of course, Latrice tells Tambra about how she's not talking to Gucci. They still not, really on that level. But she ain't really tripping off Gucci. Like we ain't the close of friends. Like, we don't talk or anything like that. But, I mean, she cool or whatever, I suppose. Like, we could be cordial. I could be in the same space as her because I'm not bothered by her at the end of the day. Because I know I didn't do shit to her. Okay, she says, but if the other person is still feeling away and still talking SHI about you, then that means that they've been having ill feelings about you from the beginning. So it is what it is. There was always something there. So that's her problem to figure out. It's not mine. I don't care. Then she goes on to talk about her fibroids and things. And of course, Tambra can relate. So she, gives her knowledge on that. But Tambra does not let her know, like, hey, girl, I'm pregnant at this time. So she's still withholding that information, and rightfully so, because she hasn't even told her immediate family yet. So what she look like telling the Bells? I'm with her on that. Now, of course, Gucci and JJ invited the ladies out to like a rodeo, and they attend. And Leticia tells the ladies about Glenn allowing Cliff to be too involved in their relationship and giving out the wrong marital advice. So all of this happens as they're at a dinner, and this is after the rodeo. Now, I'm not featuring Leticia when it comes to the dynamic of she and Latrice, but I will be honest and say I'm with her on that. I want Glenn to stop having conversations with Cliff about his wife. I also want to understand the range of conversation that y'all do have, or do you only just talk about your wife every time you link up with Cliff? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. And then you're taking advice from a man whose wife is also many years younger than him, a woman that he was able to get with and get into her head. You and your wife came up together. So you got to look at the dynamic of that. I'm not saying all the advice Cliff gives you is wrong, but some advice you got to analyze and just really look at it. Because some of that stuff that he may tell you may work for a younger woman like Latrice, because it worked on Latrice. That doesn't mean it's going to work on the woman that you came up with and been through different things with and share a child with. Like, it's just really a different dynamic. So, I mean, that is definitely getting irritating. And honestly, any friends that are too involved in your marriage is too much. Like, Marie, bitch, you're too much. You're too much being too involved in that lady's marriage, okay? Too involved. She gonna figure it out and she gonna run back to him every time because that's just how she is. Okay, so Marie and Cliff is out of line, and I do think that it's unfair for you to sit up there and talk about how you don't like Cliff and his opinion, but you will sit up there and let Marie have all her opinions and say this and say that and say this and say that and do this and do that and do this and do that. So that's not necessarily fair either. So if you're gonna check one friend, you need to check both friends, and Cliff and Marie need to fall the hell back. But that's on y'all. Okay, because you opened the door, Leticia, for Marie to be all in y'all business. Therefore, Glenn went and opened that same door for Cliff to step right on in too. And this is where we are. But good luck. Let's keep going. I also feel like Cliff has a crush on Glenn. And I cannot unsee it. And Glenn clearly can't see it. That man got a crush on him. I'm sorry. You over there talking about this man should dress up as a woman and all this and that and da-da-da-da. Like, nah, I think that man got a crush on him. But anywho, Leticia tells Akeisha about Latrice labeling them as co-workers and not friends. And Akeisha is like, well, girl, I mean, she must be talking about y'all because I know me and her co-workers, but I thought that y'all was friends or whatever. And next thing you know, of course, you know, Leticia just continued to talk about the Latrice situation, how she feel away, but she ain't having a conversation with her yet or whatever. For me personally, when I was watching that dynamic and the interaction of Leticia and Akeisha, for me, I just felt like, Leticia, how-key, you really don't even like Akeisha for real, for real. You really jealous and mad that lady was able to come in a short amount of time and get more done than what you could have did as you was over there perpetrating in earlier seasons, in all honesty. And I really feel like Leticia is a snake. I don't know why. It's just somebody like Leticia for me is a snake, and right now ain't nobody finna tell me nothing different. Okay. Akeisha, I don't like the narrative that you trying to spin either. It's given that y'all all came together, had a conversation and said, as we go into the new season or whatever, or the second part of the season, we're gonna start labeling Latrice as a drunk. We're going to start labeling her as an alcoholic. That's what I really feel. And I feel like it was the idea of Leticia, because I feel like they listen to her and I feel like they think that she's in charge of the girls and she's not in charge of any of the girls. But I feel like they listen to her. I do. I think that she's fake and I think that she's a snake. And what I also don't like is that y'all throwing around her being a drunk or whatever, alcoholic, whatever, but not one time have we seen that in any of the scenes. So why hasn't production come to the front to show us exactly what y'all talking about? They be quick to give us flashbacks, but they have yet to give us flashbacks of that. All they can do is give us a flashback of her at your brunch saying that she was tipsy. First of all of y'all was drinking, so I'm sure all of y'all was tipsy, but she was not drunk. So let's not and say that we did. But anywho, Latrice meets with Leticia about her speaking engagement. I felt the way because I'm like, girl, you were supposed to meet with her the last time about a speaking engagement. Now you're meeting with her again about a speaking engagement. It seems like it's a new speaking engagement, okay? I don't think that you need this lady at all. If you're talking to your peers about a field that you're an expert in, why the fuck do you need to go and have a conversation with her? It's giving forced storyline by the producers, okay? So then Leticia brings up the brunch and the 9 to 5 comment, and I just feel like y'all are really forcing it at the end of the day. Y'all really doing a whole lot. What else? When Leticia was sit up there talking about something, there's 3 things that I think about. Is this something that needs to be said? Does it need to be said right now? And does it need to be said to me? And da-da-da-da. And you didn't think about none of that stuff. When I open my mouth, these are things that I think about. And I'm like, girl, you are a bald-headed lie. Those are not things that you think about at all. You over here trying to overly critique this girl. You over here doing too much. And I don't like it. And I also feel like some of the energy that Leticia has been leading with Latrice on has been coming from her issue with Cliff because she don't like how involved he is with her husband. Okay. And also coming from the fact that Marie is applying pressure on her for checking her damn friend. Okay. So that's where I think that's coming from. Then she brings up the video and Latrice says that Leticia is, Yeah. So she brings up the video about how Latrice said that they just co-workers and they not friends. And then, Tisha was like, I thought that I was a friend the way I've been helping you. And then Latrice says, no, you are a friend. I do consider you a friend. And I'm like, stop lying. If you don't see her as a friend, keep it honest and let her know that you're not friends like that. Okay? Let her know that she hasn't been showing herself up to be the friend that you needed her to be. The same way Marie do. Like, just tell her what it is. But okay then. So that right there, you got a little mark on the board for me because I'm like, what's going on? Why are you not keeping it a buck? But okay, Latrice actually goes on to apologize. I say, I don't even know why you're apologizing. For what? For what? Latrice says that she isn't not about to sit up here and let Leticia tear her down. Like, girl, you over here keep coming at my neck about different stuff. Like, girl, I'm not gonna sit here and let you continue to tear me down. All right. And then Leticia says, oh, you mean how you tear other people down? BITCH. When have you seen Latrice tear somebody else down? Most of the time this girl say stuff is because she is when she is responding to the FS of somebody else. So when have you seen her try to tear somebody down? I can't take it. Then Leticia, then when Treese asked her to tell her when has she tore people down, because she said, hold me accountable now for the people that I've torn down. The people that you say, hold me accountable for that. But you can't name a time. So then Leticia says, well, you told Gucci she'll be selling properties. BITCH, because she don't. That's number one. And number two, I said that in response to what the fuck that bitch said to me. Let's be very clear. So it's okay for Gucci to link up with you, talk shit about me. But then when I defend myself in Gucci's face, now it's a problem. Okay, don't worry about it, baby. You ain't got to worry about me no more. I'm good. I'm good. And that's what pissed me off too, because I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Gucci came for Latrice and y'all had nothing to say. Nobody checked Gucci to this day. Nobody told Gucci she was wrong. It's always been Gucci, are you okay? Gucci this, Gucci that, Gucci everything. Like, girl, no ma'am. Marie has also come for Latrice, and then you have the audacity to sit your ass up there and not say nothing, and then say that this girl has been putting other people down. Really? Like, Marie came into the show putting Latrice down out of nowhere. I'm like, girl, if I was Latrice, I would be done with these hoes. High key. I really would. I wouldn't even be trying to film with these bitches. For real, for real. Like, y'all got it. I'm right. Y'all right, I'm wrong. That's the new approach, girl. You right, I'm wrong. You right, I'm wrong. But anywho, let's get to episode 2, because this is where Essie, Tisha, and Marie link up. Okay, they go to the rehab house. Check it out. It is looking legit or whatever. Essie decides that she don't give a damn about the house at this time because she wants to be messy, because obviously Marie doesn't want to be the bone carrier, and she's trying to figure out a role for Essie ass on the show, which is being a bone carrier. And then 2, she don't want the audience coming down on her too hard for bringing up the mess. She just gonna let Essie do it. Okay, so Essie wanna be messy. All right, so she brings up Latrice, and Tisha tells them about the convo that she had with Latrice. Marie says Latrice wanted to embarrass her, and I'm like, okay, 1 minute she wants your life, 1 minute you saying she using her, and then now you sit over here saying that she wanted to embarrass her. I need you to figure your shit out, Marie. Okay, figure it out, bitch. So then Tisha wants Latrice to say that she has a problem. Are you crazy, bitch? You want this lady to say she has a problem? What kind of problem? What you want her to say? What kind of alcoholic problem? What kind of problem do you want her to say? No, how about you have a problem with being fake as hell? You have a problem with being a fraud. Like, that's what we need to talk about. You want to sit up here and talk about with Latrice? No, let's talk about what you got going on a little bit. Okay, so Leticia says that she wants Latrice to stand on her own, and she will no longer be babying her. Girl, she never needed you to baby her anyway. She never needed you to. You chose to step into whatever role you chose to step into when it came to her. I don't think that girl asked you to do a mother thing. Girl, I do not, they are not on my good side. So Latrice, Mel, and Tambra link up. And Latrice is preparing for the panel that she's going to do at Hines. And she has these ladies there. It looks like it's Mel, a young lady by the name of April. Tambra shows up. And I think that these are the ladies she's going to have be a part of this panel that she's doing over at the Hines Community College or whatever, right? So she tells them about Leticia and says that she tried to ruin her brunch or whatever. Like, Leticia told everybody I tried to ruin her brunch or whatever. So April says, no, that's not true. She says, because you were the most memorable person that was at the brunch, in all honesty, and then says that she should have focused on the logistics and not just the look. I said, ooh, baby. Well, come on, Miss April. What else you got to say, Miss April? Miss April said the food was cold. So listen, that's something Akeisha would say. So now you got a person that was just a guest at your shit, and she's calling things for what it is. So now what are you going to say? I believe everything that girl said when she said the food was cold. She said, all I know is my friend didn't eat her food. Hello. So yeah, I believe everything she said. What else? Mel calls, I believe she calls Tisha Two-Face. or whatever. And I'm like, that sounds about right when it comes to Tisha. Latrice says that she hasn't been that good of a friend to Tambra because she's been holding information from Tambra. Right? And I do think that that's messed up, that you had more loyalty to Tisha than you did to Tambra, and you let this lie fly, and you sat back, Miss Latrice, I'm gonna be honest with that. You sat back and saw Tambra and Akeisha beef, knowing the whole time that you knew the truth. But that's what you get, because you was over here showing loyalty to a bitch that turned around and played you. That's what you get. Another thing that you get is the fact that y'all sat up here and really got Tisha believing that she's in charge of the girls. So because of that, that's what you get. So now you got to stand in the whole shit. All right. So this is when Tisha lets Tambra know, like, hey, I just want to let you know that it was Leticia's plan to leave Akeisha out the group and to put it on you. Okay, when I talked to Tisha said, let me run this play real quick. We going to start a group chat. We're going to leave Akeisha out, and we just going to say that Tambra did it, or whatever the case is. I believe everything Latrice is saying. Do I care that Latrice is just now starting to bring this information out? Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. Y'all keep wanting to try to label somebody as a fucking alcoholic, as a drunk, or whatever like that, and you ain't got no evidence to back up what you're saying. That's cool. So since we're going to talk about that, okay, let's talk about facts, okay? And the fact of the matter is that it was a scheme that Tisha set up to come to Tambra with the bullshit. Let's get into those things, okay? Now, Latrice apologizes to Tambra and says that she felt like her loyalty was with Tisha at the time, and that she felt like that was more important, okay? And Tambra is like, well, you know, at the end of the day, thank you so much. I appreciate that, because I knew that I ain't never do that shit. I knew the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that somebody had plotted against me. I just couldn't figure out exactly who the hell it was. So I'm glad that you're letting me know who it was. And Tambra's been feeling like I've been learning a lot of things about, you know, Leticia over the past few months or so, over the past year. Yes, you have, because Tisha is fake as hell. She's very fake, baby. Very fake. Very fake. And now that I think about it, if Marie has felt like Tisha has been having Latrice's back so much, number one, understand this. Latrice, I don't believe, ever asked Tisha to have her back. But number two, the reason why Tisha probably had to go to bat for Latrice is because she knew she probably had some Treese probably knew some grimy ass information that she probably didn't want nothing to leak out. So she had to go ahead and have her back, or whatever the case is. So she probably been doing different type of plotting and shit behind the scenes and running it by Latrice, or whatever the case. And that's probably why she was over there going so hard for that girl. But anywho, or having her back when nobody asked her to have her back. But anywho, girl, so that's that. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about, you know, Latrice just now releasing this information to Tambra. And whether it was right, whether it was wrong, or whatever your thoughts are, okay? I don't really care too much to talk about Tambra and Damon. They have yet to make their pregnancy announcement, but that'll happen at some point. Latrice is retiring her mom, which I think is awesome. We did see Stormy of Love and Marriage Huntsville attend this event. But my thing is this, okay? They've been friends for years, and that's great. But my thing is, so Gucci being at the retiring lunch or whatever, the retiring party, why are you inviting a bitch that don't F with you? You didn't even invite Tisha. You didn't invite Marie. You didn't invite Akeisha. What was the reason for you to invite So Gucci? I would have never invited this BIT who felt like I was over there plotting and I set her up to get her ass whooped. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Unless your mama must really know her or work with them or something. Like, girl, Gucci would not have been sitting down there at that dinner with my mama. A retiring brunch for her. Girl, no, ma'am. But anyway, that's what you did. That's what you chose to do. So who am I, girl? Let's keep going. We see Latrice have this conversation with Cliff about Leticia and saying how Leticia said that she ruined the brunch or whatever. And she says that she considered her a friend. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I wish you would stop saying that. Latrice, no, Cliff says that he wants her and Tisha to pretty much get along because he really likes Glenn, right? And he doesn't want their issues to be an effect on he and Glenn's relationship. Well, you overstepping your boundaries is going to be an issue between, you know, you and Glenn's relationship, because Tisha's not going to have it. And that's just where they at with it, okay? So it is what it is. Latrice talks about how she's always been loyal to Leticia, but she says, I just can't take her lying on me. So once you start lying on me, then girl, that's when we gonna have a problem. And I definitely believe that Leticia is a liar. I do. And then I was glad to hear April, an attendee at the brunch, speak from her experience. You know what I'm saying? So these are all schemes that Leticia came up with to try and help make the show more entertaining, is what she's doing. But anywho, Latrice does this sit down interview. I don't know if it was at Jackson State or somewhere. I don't know where it was or what it was for, but she did this sit down interview. And when she was asked about the show and how things may have changed for her since she started doing the show, I did not like her answer. I felt like she focused more on her cast members with saying, oh, they do things that I don't like and it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. That was her way of taking shots at them, but that's not the question that he was really asking you. He wanted to know how it may have changed your everyday life, how it may have changed your career so far, how it may have impacted other relationships. Like, that's what he wanted to know. I don't think he was really asking about your relationship with the cast, but more so about your experience with the show as a whole. But okay, maybe I'm tripping. Okay, now Latrice talks with her assistant, so whoever was behind the scenes, and she tells them the same thing because she's really hurt by what Leticia said, and that was the fact that she ruined the brunch. So Latrice says people from the brunch are actually trying to book her. So she's like, if I did that bad of a job, why are people from your brunch trying to book me to do more speaking engagements? Hello? So they tell her, well, listen, if you consider Tisha a friend, then I think that you need to have a conversation with her. Like, it only makes sense. Have the conversation with her, whatever, and then y'all can resolve this, okay? And we know that Tisha's probably not going to have a conversation. I understand y'all feel like a conversation should be had, but at the same time, I don't think a conversation should be had, really. One, she already said they coworkers, that they not friends, right? And then two, you see how she get down. That should be a clear indicator. If she's willing to set up Tambra on some host with Akeisha, then you gotta know that you're up for collateral too. You got to know if she'll do that to somebody else, you have to consider the fact that she will plot against you as well. So it really wouldn't be too much of a conversation. It'll be on some Gucci type stuff where we cool, we cordial, we could be around each other, but it'll never be like it was, But that's just to me. What else happened? Gucci, JJ, and the mama. Girl, all this overacting that the mama is doing, I am not interested. I thought that I would have been interested earlier on, but now when bringing his mama into the picture, DEAD for me. I can't take it. Like, get her whining ass off this show. Y'all are trying to force something that's not entertaining. We're not interested. Like, Gucci looks enough like your mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gucci, like, we don't need that. Let Gucci go do her thing, and let your mama go do her thing too. Like, get your mama off the show. I barely want Gucci ass on the show, high key. So I'm not trying to see your mama. Okay, go on, figure that out. Okay, I'm interested in JJ more than I'm interested in Miss Sophia, and damn sure not interested in his mama. But anywho, let's get to this double date. Glenn and Leticia go out on this double date. Glenn pops up and lets her know, like, hey, I invited Cliff and Latrice out to eat. That's messed up. Do not surprise me with other guests, especially when it's one of the guests I'm not effing with, and one of them is Cliff. You knew that. You may not have known about Latrice, but you knew about Cliff. So for you to do that, that's intruding on the space. Me and you are just getting back on the same page that we need to be on. So who the fuck do you think you are to invite anybody out on a dinner with us? That's number one. Number two, it's the person that I'm not fucking with right now. That's not going to help you get in no good graces with me. Hello? So I didn't like that. I feel like Glenn was doing too much or whatever. So anywho, they came out, they started talking. The husbands believe that they love each other more than the wives love them. And I'm like, that is so weird. And if y'all want to go fuck, then just say that and go about y'all business, okay? Tisha says that they got some insecurities within them as men that they need to go and they need to sort out and they need to work on. And I do kind of agree with that. Y'all need to figure this out, okay? Because one thing y'all need to understand is you don't own not now lady sitting at this table at all. You do not own her. I don't know what you got in your head. I don't know why you think that loyalty or honoring or whatever is only supposed to be one-sided. Do your part and she'll do hers. It's really that simple, okay? Then tells Cliff that Glenn is learning from him and everything he's learning is not good, and she was right. So they have, some exchange or whatever. Then the guys dismiss themselves, and then the two ladies, Latrice and Tisha, are sitting at the table. And then Tisha asked Treese, like, what did you order? Some water or something? She asked her. And I love Latrice's response. She said, girl, some alcohol, honey, because I'm an alcoholic. Girl, I loved when she said that. I loved it. I was definitely cackling. I said, I know that's right, bitch. But we're going to get more of their interaction on the next episode. I don't think they talked about too much towards the end. So we're definitely going to see that in the coming episode. So we'll see how that's going to play out, whether they're going to end up being, better friends, not friends, understood or not understood. Okay. But that's all that I got. Wanted to bring you guys up to date on those 2 episodes of Belle Collective. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.